Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up because he's the acceptable monster at this time.
Hold up, DS. Have you heard the latest buzz? Jay-Z, the rap mogul known for his stoic demeanor and unshakable swagger, was recently seen breaking down in tears and calling for help. This revelation is set to blow your mind. The man who seemingly has everything under control and remains perpetually ahead of the curve was caught in a moment of profound vulnerability. What could possibly have brought a titan like Jay-Z to his knees? What's the story behind his unexpected tears?
First woman to uncover the homo thugs. She talking about Diddy. That's what these down low was called when Wendy first started talking about it in the 90s, the homo thug.
So you hear about stories of Diddy like shooting people, blowing up cars.
Yeah.
Is he this gangster that behind the scenes is that him? Or is that
Shout out to Wendy Williams.
Hold tight because we're about to dive into a story that's going to shake up everything you thought you knew about Jay-Z. This is the Jay-Z you never saw coming, and it's set to change the narrative around the man behind the music. Here's what's really going down. Jay-Z was recently spotted at a private event, and things took an emotional turn. Witnesses claim they saw the usually composed rap mogul with tears streaming down his face, appearing to be in significant distress. This raw, vulnerable side of Jay-Z is unprecedented and has everyone talking. So what could have driven Jay to this point? Some speculate it might be the immense pressure from managing his empire, with all its business dealings and high stakes weighing heavily on him. Others think it could be something more personal, like family issues or a private struggle. Whatever the cause, it's evident that even the most iconic figures aren't immune to life's challenges.
Gene Deal, happy to have you back on the platform, my guy.
Man, I'm happy to be here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be able to be in a platform like yours to give my opinion. You know, opinion is just like an asshole. Everybody got one. You know what I mean? You know, I give my opinion, and it seems to make a lot of people upset, you know, but then a lot of people love my opinion. That's why you bring me on here. And I really appreciate that, brother. I just want to say this before we get started, Art, is that, you know, a lot of people think I came here to bring a black man down. And that's what I hear in the comments a whole lot. But it was nothing like that. You know, a black man didn't cuss a dead man's mother out. A black man didn't set his friends up and put them in a situation where they couldn't come home to their families no more. A black man didn't reach back and help the people that helped them make it up the ladder. It was Puffy. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of Puffy going on different platforms talking about how he loved the people that we was all with, how he loved the people that helped him, when in fact, none of that stuff was true. So my whole thing about it is, man, I appreciate your platform for letting me, you know, voice my opinion. And like I said, opinions like an asshole. Some of these cats out here get paid for their asshole. I get paid to give my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, yeah, you just on here giving your opinion, man. I mean, you was one of the people that was real close to the situation, so why not?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So with that being said, right, the last interview me and you did was a day after the raid. And when you look at everything now, man, how you feel about everything? It's been like a week, you know, you knowing Diddy, you being around Diddy. Could you ever imagine that his houses would get raided for sex trafficking?
Bruh, you can't imagine no stuff like that. You understand? You can't think that because back then, he wasn't Brother Love. He was Puffy. All the way up until he became Diddy. So his behavior over the years has changed. And the behavior that he shows now and that he has shown by being Brother Love.
Right now, we don't have all the details, but insiders are dropping bombshells left and right. Some say they heard Jay-Z crying out for help, as if reaching for someone to pull him back from the edge. Others claim he looked utterly defeated, as if struck by a truth he couldn't bear. Whatever the case, this moment is set to make history. The paparazzi are swarming, eager to capture that money shot of Jay in his raw vulnerability. However, his team is clamping down hard, ready to fend off anyone who tries to get too close. They're determined not to let this moment define their boss and are working tirelessly to keep the specifics under wraps. Despite the secrecy, the buzz is escalating. Fans are flooding social media with speculation, trying to piece together what might have driven Jay-Z to such depths.
I came to our studio, 33 South Broadway. We're finding a studio, and it's in Yonkers. My jaw was still wired shut.
This is when you got signed. I heard about the story.
This is when he knew he would sign me.
Okay.
My jaw was wired shut, and the locks that got signed first to Puff, and D from our fighters, Darren, he bought me, gave me the Puff. And one thing I respect about Puff, one thing I respect about him, and real shit, is that at least he told me to my face what he felt. And when D told Puff, he said, yo, if you like the locks, you're gonna love X. And I spit or whatever, and he was like, his voice is too rough, he's not marketable. Didn't like it, but I had to respect it.
He fucked up. Let's make some noise from Puff fucking up.
Hold up. He came right behind and tried to clean up. So maybe 3 weeks later, when he found out I was getting signed for Def Jam, he was like, yo, I'll lace your pockets. I'll double what they gave you and lace your pockets. I'm like, nah, homie. Because if you didn't see the beast that I was.
What point did he tell you that? What point?
I thought like maybe 3 weeks after I got signed to Def Jam. He was like, yo, I'll lace your pockets. I'll double what they gave you and lace your pockets. I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
So it's a legendary story.
You didn't know. I said, but I respect that about Puff.
Right.
Because a lot of motherfuckers, they send you on a wild goose. They won't tell you. They're like, oh, call me later, call me later.
Yeah, industry. So
I respect the fact that he told me to my face. He said, you know what, your voice is too rough and you're not marketable. So at least he was willing to, in my mind, what I think he's saying is, work on this.
Right.
So actually, listen,
constructive criticism.
It's a famous story that said that when you and Jay-Z battled, right? Yeah, because this battle happened, right? Correct?
A couple times.
It wasn't just once.
Nah.
So when you
when the people tend to refer to it, what happened backstage.
We heard that Big L had recorded that one battle.
They said that Big L
That's crazy by itself.
battle. Do you remember Big L being there?
Vaguely.
No, I can't say
Not
that.
at all.
I know Big L. I know Big L. I'm a fan.
But you was trying to take Jay-Z out.
As the story unfolds, wild theories are swirling around, with some people throwing out outlandish speculations while others are sending messages of support, reminding him that he's got their backing no matter what. That's the paradox of being a legend like Jay-Z. When you're at the pinnacle, everyone wants a piece of you. But when you stumble and reveal your humanity, that's when the real challenge begins. The question everyone is asking now is whether he can rise from this, transforming his pain into strength and coming back even stronger. The world is watching closely to see how he will navigate this moment of vulnerability and whether he can turn it into a triumph.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough.
Why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D Haven.
We need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it.
Will Jay-Z rise from the ashes of this moment, or is this the beginning of a downward spiral? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher. But hold on. This story is just getting started. You won't believe the theories circulating about why Jay-Z might have been crying out for help. The speculation is rampant, with opinions flying from fans on the streets to commentators on TV. The buzz is electric as everyone tries to piece together what could have driven Jay to such depths.
Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is fucking you. And the boss's boss don't get no fuck. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get f***ed over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. You right, I go to Diddy parties to walk mother out, cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
So let me ask you, because I look at Gabriel Union, and when you mention things like Jay-Z's time is coming for him, then I look at Beyonce. And I say that, women do have a...
That country album, and any of you that buy that shit stupid as shit.
You don't give it no
trap music with goddamn a holster and a hat.
But she remade Jolie.
Yeah, bitch. I'm gonna tell you the song she should have remade.
The internet is blowing up with theories about what could have pushed Jay-Z to break down in public. Fans are spilling the tea, throwing out wild ideas about everything from secret love children to shady business deals gone wrong. But the most popular theory that the pressure of being on top finally got to him. Think about it. Jay-Z is not just a rapper, he's a mogul. He's got his hands in everything from music to fashion to sports. And with all that success comes a whole lot of stress. Fans are pointing to his lyrics, saying he's been dropping hints about the weight on his shoulders for years. But it's not just the business side of things. Jay-Z's personal life has been under a microscope for decades, from his high-profile marriage to be, and say, to the ups and downs of his friendships in the industry. Every move he makes is watched and analyzed, and let's not forget the tragedies he's faced, like the loss of his nephew. It's enough to make anyone crack under the pressure. Psychologists are weighing in too, saying that even the strongest people have their breaking points. They're pointing to the toxic culture of celebrity, where every mistake is magnified and every vulnerability is seen as weakness.
She should have tried it on. Tammy Wynette. Classic. Stand by your man. Don't act like you don't know that. Remake that. Stand by that. That's a real country hit. Jolene, nice. But it has a ring to it. Stand by your man. Yeah. Whoops you and disrespects you with other like Kathy Coriana White.
All right, well, let's do it like
who was
this.
actually carrying his baby while you was faking it. Why your husband don't want to put his seed inside of you? He put it in everybody else? Wild in this world, yo.
It's funny, you open up Beyonce's internet, it just gets weird.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling
that
it.
That belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
A half of which dumbass bitch.
So, you know, it's funny that it's crazy you say these things.
Why don't nobody want to accept that bitch bitch?
I think she
went and killed the girl Cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and while she was asleep. No snacking on his bitch. Killing people, Cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her a restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too. Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician. And she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington. Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started.
In a world where image is everything, showing emotion can feel like a risk. Yet, Jay-Z's tears are striking a chord with many. Fans are flooding social media with messages of support, expressing empathy and sharing their own stories of struggle and triumph. They're highlighting that even the biggest names in the game are human too. It's not just fans. Fellow celebrities are also stepping up, offering words of encouragement and solidarity. They understand the toll fame can take on mental health and are using Jay-Z's moment as a platform to discuss their own battles with anxiety and depression. However, not everyone is on board with the sympathy train. Some critics argue that Jay-Z's tears could be a PR stunt designed to generate buzz for his latest project. They accuse him of manipulating emotions for personal gain. Others take a more cynical view, suggesting that this moment reveals how out of touch celebrities can be with the struggles of ordinary people. They point to the stark contrast between Jay-Z's lavish lifestyle and the everyday hardships faced by many, claiming that his tears seem hollow against the backdrop of systemic inequality. Regardless of where you stand, one thing is clear: Jay-Z's moment of vulnerability has ignited a broader conversation. It's prompting discussions about mental health, the pressures of success, and the double standards faced by public figures. In a world where authenticity is often sacrificed for image, this is no small thing.
Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough? You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston? Why did that house burn up? Who the fuck to their childhood house for a visit and the shit goes up in flames.
That was very weird. The next day, within the week?
And no, the next day.
The next day.
And still, no real investigation on how the house just went up in flames.
Man.
I guess they paid y'all off. Like they paid y'all off for that Astro World.
So, let me ask you.
Texas politics.
Yeah, Texas politics, man. It's that right there. We're gonna talk about the episode, but for right now, I just got to get your take on when we see a Killer Mike win 3 Grammys
And get arrested immediately after because Jay-Z paid somebody to him up just so he couldn't have a good night. You, Sean.
Hey, man.
Weirdo. I don't get no what you got in your head, that neural link. You'll never outthink me. Ever. All I do is frustrate your AI. You can't quantify me. You can't even control your wife. You gonna handle a bitch like me. You can't even control that goofy bitch. You should have did a better job. Maybe she wouldn't have had to lose her mind on Kathy. Cause you ain't protecting you. You're protecting her. Wonder why?
That's a good break. That's a good breaking.
So buckle up, because this story is far from over. Will Jay-Z's tears serve as a catalyst for change in the industry, inspiring others to open up about their own struggles? Or will they be just another fleeting moment in the realm of celebrity gossip? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher. But wait, there's more beneath the surface. You won't believe what insiders are saying about the potential long-term impact of this moment on Jay-Z's career and personal life. Get ready as we delve into the implications of a public cry for help from one of the biggest names in the game. This is the kind of story that could change everything, and you won't want to miss a single drop.
Be honest, and I said this, I was like, I feel like Jag doesn't have the right people behind her, like somebody like trying to help organize and shit like that. But I do see
I got the right people behind me, but everybody can be bought. Sean Carter has been buying companies and stopping my projects for 15 years.
Oh, Mr. Diddy, aka Mr. Love. Now, Dr.
No,
Love,
Sean Carter.
Jay. Okay. That's why it's fuck Rock Nation. Hey. Wow.
I'ma tell everybody about Big L, Sean.
Big L?
I would just rather do it on the stand, Sean. Please sue me. I want to go to court. And I want to talk about Big L on the stand.
Wow. What's your thoughts about Dame Dash?
Dame Dash got fucked over by somebody who was supposed to be his friend. I'm going to tell you something right now, Sean, because I know you're watching. Or you have someone watching. I'm going to admit something right here on AT2 channel that I've never admitted before. People think I'm a snitch. The truth is I'm the best secret keeper in the world. I keep secrets even what I'm about to say my husband don't know. I started fucking Big L when I was 14 years old.
Whoa.
We kept it on the low because I was young. You didn't know that, Sean. And you don't know everything that L told me about you. Please sue me. I want to go to court.
Wow.
I want to tell everybody in the world all the things that Big L told me about you when I was fucking him.
So this Big L is associated.
Big L is the one that put Jay-Z on.
Wow.
Jay-Z was the last person to see Big L alive.
Wait, so this Big L person is not living on this earth no more?
He's been dead for years. His death made it possible for reasonable doubt to live.
Whoa.
See how good I keep secrets, Sean? And I'm gonna tell you something else, and I'll give you this one for free.
Jay-Z's public tears are sending shockwaves through the industry and beyond. This is the kind of moment that can make or break a career, and everyone's watching closely to see how he navigates the fallout. Rumor has it that his team is working overtime to manage the situation, trying to frame this as a moment of genuine vulnerability, a chance for Jay to reveal his human side. But will the public buy into this narrative? In a world where image is paramount, crying in public is a risky move. Some believe this could work in Jay-Z's favor, showing fans that he's more than just a money-making machine and connecting with them on a deeper level. If he plays his cards right, this moment of raw emotion could actually enhance his street cred. However, there are concerns too. Critics argue that Jay-Z's tears might be perceived as disingenuous or an attempt to garner attention, and in the cutthroat world of hip-hop, showing vulnerability can be seen as a weakness. There's also the question of how this will impact Jay's sprawling business empire. With his interests spanning music, fashion, and sports, partners and investors might start questioning his ability to handle pressure and doubting his judgment. On the flip side, Jay-Z's tears could spark a much-needed conversation about mental health in the music industry. Regardless of the outcome, this moment has the potential to influence perceptions and provoke important discussions.
Big L fuck better than you do, nigga. I'd rather be with that dead man than ever be with you.
So how do you know how Jay-Z get down? You know that from experience, or?
Don't worry about that part. I'll tell it on the stand.
Oh, wow.
When he takes me to court for defamation of character, I'll tell him how well I know you, Sean.
Big L was a rapper in the 90s who was signed to Columbia Records. Unfortunately, he died on February 15, 1999 in New York City. He was killed in a drive-by shooting. Gerard Woodley would later be charged for the crime 3 months later. He was Big L's childhood friend. Jag went live on IG and actually gave more context. This is from her interview with Real Life Productions.
I have never had anything to say about Mr. Sean Carter other than the fact that we had a pleasant working relationship and he was an excellent businessman.
21 years.
21 years. And after 21 years, what I will say to you is this.
Somebody stole my Black Power earrings at the spot. Rewap, I need some more.
You even heard him spit a rhyme. Was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z. He didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street. He showed up as the nigga that was with Big L.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Big L.
Rest in peace.
One of the dopest. One of the dopest.
Yes. Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and the next thing you know, Jay-Z. And then, you know, he starts clienteling with Tupac and clienteling with Biggie and doing songs with Biggie and building a working, you know, camaraderie with Honeycomb.
Rest in peace, Big L for real. What's up, Kingpin?
AKA Diddy. And
why do you give him the honeycombs? Why do you give him honeycomb?
Because he smacks so sweet.
Y'all just heard Keith Murray say that nigga smacked so sweet, fucking Suge slapped a taste out of his mouth.
So yeah, then, you know, then Reasonable Doubt was happening, and then Dame's in the picture, and Dame's building Rockefeller.
Dame was gonna sign Big L, not Jay-Z. Dame. What don't y'all understand? Rockefeller was built by Dame and Dash. Sean Carter.
To this day.
He was the partner. He was the talent.
He's not at least an executive at Tidal.
At least.
Like I said, Biggie died, Tupac died. And then there was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z. And then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game.
Because somebody micked him.
It's all Jay-Z.
And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so.
For too long, artists have been expected to maintain a facade of invulnerability, always appearing strong and unshakable. Yet the reality is that even the biggest names in the game grapple with stress, anxiety, and depression. If Jay-Z can leverage this moment to shine a light on these issues and encourage other artists to speak out and seek help, it could be a game changer. It can dismantle the stigma around mental health and inspire more people to prioritize their well-being. Of course, this won't be easy. The music industry is notoriously tough, and there will always be those eager to bring you down. But if anyone can navigate this storm, it's Jay-Z. He's weathered many ups and downs before and emerged stronger each time. As the world watches and waits to see how this story unfolds, one thing is clear. Jay-Z's tears have ignited a much-needed conversation. Whether you're a fan or a critic, you can't deny that this moment is historic. The impact of this public cry for help is just beginning, and it promises to be a wild ride.
I always heard like you had some kind of C&D where you couldn't talk about Jay-Z, but
I never signed no paperwork.
Okay, you never signed no paperwork.
I just didn't want to put my family's life on the line.
So you were worried about him coming to get you?
Yeah, like everybody else is.
Because I've seen a lot of F Rock Nation on your page and stuff like that. So now you're more vocal. What was the turning point?
They went too far. Sean Combs and Sean Carter have been working together for the better part of 25 years to find a way to take over full control of the entertainment industry. They have been slumping and sidelining relevant hip-hop communities for decades so that they can have control. Now they done killed Jacqueline Avon, and they done picked up old Clarence Avon, and now they running around acting like they remind me of fucking Macaulay Culkin and fucking Home Alone. That's what these niggas is acting like out here. They rigging shit, doing all kinds of shit, happy that ain't nobody around to tell them what to do, and they just get to act a fool. Free Beyonce. She a prisoner.
Now you had said that you felt that Beyonce was a prisoner. Because I always heard their relationship was put together, like it was a business. Or I did hear that.
Him and Matthew Knowles had a deal, and then he screwed him.
I'm gonna make it easy. Sue me.
Yes,
I want to be sued. I want to be sued.
Jack, why do you want to be sued?
Because I want to have to go to court. Because if I go to court, I gotta swear on the Bible to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And I believe in the God that they say that it's all about, so I'm not gonna lie. And then I get to say all of those things that I haven't said on court record in front of a judge, which could open up other investigations into other things, which is why y'all niggas want me killed. Sue me.
So here we are at the end of this deep dive into Jay-Z's public tears. It's been quite the ride, hasn't it? We've unpacked what went down, how the world reacted, and what it all means for Jay-Z and the industry as a whole. But hold on, if you're craving more, you won't want to miss this. To get the full picture, check out our video on how 50 Cent exposed a conspiracy involving Jay-Z and Diddy that allegedly targets Kim Porter. That's right, we're delving into some dark and intriguing connections that might just be tied to Jay's recent breakdown.
Reggie, when you were running around with Suge during the heyday of the Death Row days, did you ever have any interactions or stories with Aaliyah by any chance?
Aaliyah, no. You know, no, we didn't. Aaliyah was a little young. That's why I always laugh at, we all know what R. Kelly did to Aaliyah and how he had her at a young age. But the person that get mixed, a person that gets neglected, and you know, I know in the 90s was different. A lot of older guys messed with those girls that were under 17 years of age. And, you know, now we're a little more educated because of the talk shows with Oprah that we went through and Dr. Phil and stuff like that. Even Ricky Lake and all of that. We realized that it wasn't so cool messing with the underage young ladies. I never had an attraction for someone younger. I always looked and had an attraction for older women, so I probably didn't have that problem. But then everybody that I fucked with did.
Everybody, all of them. No names mentioned yet. But I'm going to expose somebody that we all forget about. Y'all see this picture of Jay-Z with Aaliyah when she was underage? Y'all forgot about Jay, huh? We only know about Damon Dash messing with Aaliyah and R. Kelly. But that ain't the only one that Jay had when she was underage. Y'all remember Fox Brown and Jay? Ain't no woman like the one I got. No one could love you better. Before that song came out, we used to hear it. I used to tell shit. I was like, ooh, that shit. Him and Mystical, those were two songs that were hot. That it took like a year before it got, well, I'll say to the West Coast. I don't know if they were beating it up on the East Coast. But on the West Coast, it took like a year before those songs came out. And then Nelly's song with the Link St. Louis Ticks. But I'm just saying all that to say, Foxy was young then as well. And so, all of these guys and the underage young ladies was running rapid in the 90s. And so, that's all I remember. That's all I think about.
Think about it. If Jay-Z is entangled in some shady dealings with Diddy, that could explain why he's feeling the heat. The pressure of keeping secrets coupled with the guilt of being involved in something murky might be enough to push anyone to their breaking point. And if sources are right about the feds closing in, that's a whole new level of stress. But here's the thing, at the end of the day, Jay-Z is a human being just like the rest of us. He has feelings, struggles, and breaking points. In a world where celebrities are put on pedestals and expected to be flawless, it's easy to overlook their humanity. As the discussion continues and new information emerges, let's remember to approach this with compassion and understanding.
And Janet Jackson situation. Hey, that's all I think about and I can remember about Aaliyah. Aaliyah was my wife's favorite artist. She loved the hell out of Aaliyah. It was a tragic how she died. Trying to rush back to get to Damon Dash on the plane. And what happened is the Bahamians let her fly out and their plane was overloaded or full. That's the one thing that I didn't like about when I traveled to our black countries like the Bahamas and Jamaica and all of them. The officials there, we used to have to bribe them $100 to make the rules pass, to let us in with the dogs that we didn't have properly cleaned, or to not search our bags or whatever, or to sneak away with a whole bunch of cigars and stuff like that. But in Mexico, one thing about the motherfucking Mexican authorities, that number used to be 5 G's, 5,000 and stuff like that. And I used to laugh. I was like, damn, black folks is easily bribable. They so cheap. They don't understand the value that they be having. But yeah, that's all I got on Aaliyah, really. It's a talent. That's another person that life was taken too soon. That was a talent. Wonder where she would be now. Her, Pac, Big Pun, Biggie, Selena. People like that were taken too soon, in my opinion. Shout out.
Let's take a moment to see the man behind the music, the husband, father, and individual fighting his own battles. Let's use this opportunity to spark a genuine conversation about mental health, both in the industry and beyond. If there's one takeaway from this whole situation, it's that even the biggest names need support sometimes, and there's no shame in that. So stay tuned for updates, keep the discussion alive, and most importantly, keep it real. Peace out, fam.
Reggie, when you were running around with Suge during the heyday of the Death Row days, did you ever have any interactions or stories with Aaliyah by any chance?
Aaliyah, no. No, we didn't. Aaliyah was a little young. That's why I always laugh at, we all know what R. Kelly did to Aaliyah and how he had her at a young age. But the person that get mixed, a person that gets neglected, and I know in the 90s was different. A lot of older guys messed with those girls that were under 17 years of age. And, now we're a little more educated because of the talk shows with Oprah that we went through and Dr. Phil and stuff like that. Even Ricky Lake and all of that. We realized that it wasn't so cool messing with the underage young ladies. I never had an attraction for someone younger. I always looked and had an attraction for older women, so I probably didn't have that problem. But then everybody that I fucked with did. Everybody. All of them. No names mentioned yet. But I'm going to expose somebody that we all forget about. Y'all see this picture of Jay-Z with Aaliyah when she was underage? Y'all forgot about Jay, huh? We only know about Damon Dash messing with Aaliyah and R. Kelly. But that ain't the only one that Jay had when she was underage. Y'all remember Fox Brown and Jay? Ain't no woman like the one I got. No one could love you bad. Before that song came out, we used to hear it. I used to tell shit. I was like, ooh, that shit. Him and Mystical, those were two songs that were hot. That it took like a year before it got, well, I'll say to the West Coast. I don't know if they were beating it up on the East Coast. But on the West Coast, it took like a year before those songs came out. And then Nelly's song with the Link St. Louis Ticks. But I'm just saying all that to say, Foxy was young then as well. And so, all of these guys and the underage young ladies was running rapid in the 90s. And so, that's all I remember. That's all I think about.